So yeah, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I watched it with a very young mind, and I loved it then. And to me, it's gotten better with age. It's a lot like a lot like a friend that you really don't want to lose when he grows up. He just gets better. Don't get any gay-related jokes with that. But anyway, let's get on with my review. Harry Potter 2: The Chamber of Secrets. This one I had the same idea. I was a bit young. Yeah, I was like 7 or 8 when this film came out. Yeah, I was 7. I was 7 when this film came out, and it's the same thing with the Philosopher's Stone. I enjoy it, and it's just gone better with age. But then again, I have to admit, maybe watching those two films in particular maybe is giving me a bit of boredom with the series. Maybe that was why I got a bit tired of seeing these films, which I'm glad the series is over. But let's carry on. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This was possibly my favourite of the whole series, because this film came out when I was like around 8 or 9, and I think I think it was when it's kind of around that time when you're like when you're almost a teenager and your mind is starting to get a bit matured. I matured a bit early that year, and yeah, a lot of films came out that year that made me more matured in psychological. Maybe it damaged me a bit, I don't know, I need some help. But anyway, Prisoner of Azkaban was possibly... Well, that's when everything in the series changed. Everything just got darker. And it showed like Harry's... the kind of damage that Harry's parents' death kind of inflicted on him. And that was possibly my favourite. And Gary Oldman as Sirius Black and the guy who played as Remus Lupin, they were possibly one of the best things of the whole film. I really liked the relationship that Harry has with his father's best friends. Those characters I really liked. Remus wasn't the best, but I was really heartbroken when Sirius Black died. But it was nice to see him in the new film. But let's carry on. Prisoner of Azkaban, possibly my favourite. That means I really liked it. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This one was a bit forgettable, but every time I watch it, I find myself having a really good time. I mean, this is possibly like the film, and yeah, I know this was the film that kind of made Robert Pattinson famous. I think. But then again, don't attack him. He's a good actor, for God's sake. I kind of respect Robert Pattinson, but dude, but then again, I think he didn't like the Twilight series. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But to be honest, I think he got in there and he wants to get out. That's my opinion. Because he's a good actor and he's pretty much just got now he's using his talent on wasted stuff. But anyway, let's get back on track with the film that I think got him famous. Yeah, it was a very action-packed film to me, that one. And I thought the reveal of Voldemort, when I was younger, Voldemort terrified me. When I saw Goblet of Fire, I friggin' idolized Voldemort. He was just like he was possibly like one of the best villains of the past decade. But I think this was the only film where I found him when I was able to actually take him seriously. Well, because in this film, he's finally back, and he's got a new body. I know, I'm doing the exact same thing he did. But anyway, one of the things I really like about Voldemort is like he seems to thrill by the sense that he's finally back to life, and he's able to do it with full motion and a new body. But then again, that was the time when But then again, Ralph Fiennes was very good in the film, but no one could take their eyes off of his nose. I'm not going to make any nose jokes about him because, well, let's face it, everyone has made a joke about his nose. So yeah, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I think it was on par with Prisoner of Azkaban, and it was very enjoyable, and it was very. It made my heart race at that time, but that was at the time when I cared. But anyway, let's get back on track. Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, or in the Order of the Phoenix. This was possibly when my faith in Harry Potter started to go downhill. This is when the film started to feel flat to me. I mean, good God. The pacing was slow, and I didn't care about anything that happened to anyone, or anything that meant anything in the next few films in this series, apart from the last one. So yeah, Order of the Phoenix, it bored the hell out of me, and it feels like the least important of the whole series. Like, it feels like, I mean, all it introduced was like Harry's just getting stronger, but it felt pointless. And to be honest, yeah, now that I think about it, the Order of Phoenix feels really pointless. I don't think it should have been there. It feels like the most pointless out of all of them, and it kind of set the tone for like the next two films. The next one was Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I had the same idea with the Order of Phoenix. So boring, and it just leads the events of the next film. It was pretty much, it felt pointless, like the whole part until the third act, and it was boring. So yeah, next, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. This was possibly the worst of these films to me. Now, I respect other people's opinion about this film. I am willing to let people address their ideas against mine. Starting right after I say my opinions. I was bored to death by this film. I mean, it was like a nice... Now, I'm not gonna go all out on this film. I'm going to let people say that they enjoyed it, and let them address their opinions to me. But good God, was this film's change of direction boring. I don't know any other words to call it, but it was just devastating to just... In fact, I didn't even see this film in the theaters. This was like the first Harry Potter film I missed. And that was because this was at the time when I was saying, you know what, maybe I don't care about them anymore. Because, well, they all seem the same. So, yeah, this one was a bit of the weakest of the bunch to me. And I really didn't enjoy it. It was so boring to me. And the change of pace and location and tone, it rubs me the wrong way. Way too far. The only thing I really liked about that film was the inclusion of what was Dobby. The character of Dobby. Dobby's role in this film was good. At least his second appearance in this film was very well done, because it was a very good moment. I'm not going to say why, but it's pretty obvious. Just watch the film. So yeah, that was what I thought about the seventh film. So yeah, 8 films in about 10 years, and a lot of them I had mixed feelings about a few of them. Some of them I really liked, like mostly the early ones. Some of them in the mid-decade. I especially liked the last one. Was possibly one. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. But anyway, it's over now. It's finally over. My childhood has ended. It has been laid to rest, and these films are finally over. That was my. I hope you enjoyed my little Harry Potter geek out of this day, and if you really enjoyed it, good for you. And spread the word, because I'm still here, and I guess see you at the movies.